positions during the year under review, respectively. However, recasting of the accuracy of the totals revealed an amount of 55,856,096, resulting to unexplained and unreconciled variance of Kenya shillings 1,040,273 shillings. The details of disposed assets and proceeds, if any, were not provided for audit verification. In addition, an annual assets disposal plan was not prepared in respect to the disposed assets, contrary to Regulation 176(1)(2), which requires that an accounting officer of a procuring entity shall ensure that an annual asset disposal plan is prepared of items declared as unserviceable, surplus, or obsolete. Obsolete stores, assets, or equipment are set out under Section 53(4) of the Act.
Are you through?
Further, the management did not provide an asset register, ownership and valuation documents for audit review, and no depreciation on the assets was charged for the year. In the circumstances, the accuracy, completeness, and fair value of the property, plant, and equipment balance of Kenya shillings 56,896,368 could not be confirmed.
CC.
Thank you, Chair. And we have responded that the disposal was erroneously captured and it has been corrected. So, and then when it comes to the disposal, the municipality has not defined the policy of valuation and depreciation and disposal. And we had also indicated that we don't have an asset register already. So I think that is our response. And we are putting in place that register. Thank you.
You responded earlier that we had dealt with this and it was very clear it was not under classification of assets. Some of the things you supplied here are not are not supposed to be part of the what we call assets.
Yes, we had indicated in the, it was appearing in the previous report for 2022.
And I had given direction that need the correct version before end of business on Friday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chairman, thank you, Chair. Still on this issue of asset, why were the inaccuracies in property, plant and equipment balance not rectified and financial statements amended during the audit process to resolve the issue before certification? And Chair, this issue, the issue of assets, what, because I'm a bit lost, the issue of plant and equipment, they have logbooks, we should see the engine number, all that describes the equipment and the plant. But we cannot see, because if this is a general statement, then we are not seeing the details of the plant and the equipment and other properties. If the other immovable property, like for example land, there is title to that effect. So, and it is not difficult. It can even be given by the end of today, because if you have title, that title is just a matter of photocopying and making it as part of the annex. For logbook, it is simple, just a photocopy. It is only just an order by CC, and we have this.
And that is why I had earlier on given directives that, because they say they have the correct one, I have given them up to Friday before close of business on Friday, before we go for report writing. So ensure before the close of business on Friday, I fail to Secretariat. Yes. Asset register, all what we said, all what you supplied, and we say it's not the correct one. Yeah. And I want us to be a bit faster because we still have got so many reports. Proceed. OAG.
Thank you, Chair. Issue number 5, unsupported use of goods and services. As disclosed in Note 12 to the financial statements, the statement of financial performance reflects an amount of Kenya shillings 2,146,840 in respect of use of goods and services expenditure. Review of the supporting documents revealed that the amount was paid to the county employees in form of imprest. However, the surrender documents, including minutes and attendance lists, revealed that the minutes were not signed, and 3 sets of minutes related to meetings held on 29 June 2021, 28 May 2021, and 21st April 2021, which relates to the financial year 2020-2021. One copy of the attendance register relates to 8 September 2023, which relates to the financial year 2023-2024. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of an amount of 2,146,840 in respect of use of goods and services could not be confirmed. Honorable Chair, management responded by giving supporting documents, and we confirm that the supporting documents, including the surrender vouchers, have been provided and accepted for audit. To the best of our knowledge, the issue is addressed. Thank you.
Then we proceed. Next.
Issue number 6, unsupported board expenses. As disclosed in Note 14 to the financial statements, the statement of financial performance reflects Kenya shillings 2 million in respect of board expenses. However, review of the supporting expenditure schedules revealed Kenya shillings 300,000, resulting to an explained and unreconciled variance of 1.7 million. Further, the board expenses were not supported with payment vouchers and board minutes. In addition, management did not deduct income tax on the allowance paid as required by Section 37(1) of the Income Tax Act. In the circumstance, says the accuracy and completeness of board expenses of Kenya shillings 2 million could not be confirmed. Chair, management provided the supporting schedules, the payment vouchers, committee minutes, which reconcile with the financial statements amount of 2 million as reflected in the financial statements. However, the issue of tax deduction, there was no evidence that the allowances paid were paid less the tax amount. So, to the best of our knowledge, this issue is partially addressed. The issue of supporting documents have been provided, but the issue of tax remains outstanding. Thank you.
CEC.
Thank you, Chair. I think because the issue is partially addressed, we shall address the remaining section of the tax deduction, and I want to advise that the municipal manager will take note of that and subsequently implement, so that we don't have an issue in the next books. Thank you.
Now, if you go to the reference Annex 9, it's also blank. Unsupported board expenses.
Chair,
That you have indicated as.
Yes, I have noted the same is missing, and I indicate that this one will be provided to before before the end of day or before the end of day Friday, the same way I request.
Now, what could be the challenge for you? Not what hinders the management of the municipal from deducting and remitting these incomes? Municipal management. Municipal manager?
Yes.
Yeah. I think during that time, the issue of taxing allowances was new, and I think that the circular was new by that time, and going forward, and we have rectified.
Give us your comment, OAG, on that.
I think it was not a new issue. Maybe the management did not know about taxation of the board sitting allowances, which we have since brought to the attention, including the relevant circulars. So what I can say is that the taxation issue was not new. It has been there, and it has been effected by various entities before, including the County Assembly of Bomet. Yes, thank you.
Give us a better explanation.
And Chair, and as the auditor has stated, and we did not know about the issue of taxing the board allowances. Now, that when it was brought to our attention, we have since deducted we have since taxed the allowances. And yeah, we will provide evidence. Yeah.
Yes, today
for the subsequent meetings.
Yes.
Yeah.
For close of business today, kindly supply us with the evidence. Members, then AOG.
Issue number 7, unsupported trade and other payables. As disclosed in Note 26 to the financial statements, the statement of financial position reflects a balance of Kenya shillings 4,179,126 in respect of trade and other payables. However, supporting documents with relevant analysis and control account for trade and other payables were not provided for audit review. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of balance of Kenya shillings 4,179,126 in respect of trade and other payables could not be confirmed. Honorable Chair, the management has not provided an aging analysis and the creditors control ledger to confirm existence of these trade payables, and therefore the issue remains unaddressed. Thank you.
CC and Annex 10, 11, Annex 10 still missing.
Yes, I've also noted Annex 10 is not included, so this one will be included. I want to allow the CC for Lance to respond.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Let me request that I keep to the manager to substantively respond to this.
Yes, and Chair, as it has been indicated by the CEC Finance, we are also providing this evidence. Yeah, we are providing this evidence before the close of the business tomorrow.
Okay, maybe my issue on the same will be how are we going to verify the issues if we don't have the evidences in the annexes?
Sorry for the omission, but before you write your report, we'll provide. Sorry for the omission.
So that means, I don't know, the Auditor General, do you have the information which you used to also respond on the same?
Yes, like the issue on the trade and other payables, we were not provided with evidence, and that is why we've indicated in our verification note that the evidence was not provided. But in cases where the evidences were provided, we have the information with us. So we cannot really confirm that the information that shall be provided shall be accurate and complete.
All right. Maybe we have to agree all the annexes not provided, we are going to skip the questions so that we will not be talking about a question which you don't have any information or any evidences to support. Are we okay? Okay. Then AOG, you can proceed the next query.
Thank you, Chair. The next issue is on budgetary control and performance, and I seek for your guidance. This is an issue, a recurring issue. The only difference is percentage, the issue of underfunding and under-absorption. Previously, it was 48%. This year, it was 43, and it still stands at 43 this year. So it's the same, it's a recurring issue. So maybe I seek for your guidance whether I need to read the...
Okay, maybe the CC to respond on the same, because the other one we had 48, was it 48? I think it was 48 for 2020, 21, 22, it was 48. If I'm not wrong. This one, it's 43. That means it's declining. And McHugh, these finances were budgeted for. So it worries me. Maybe the CC to respond on the same.
Thank you, Chair. We have responded that the main cause of underfunding is mainly due to late exchequer releases on the part of to the part of the county government. I think that is the main reason why we have the underfunding. And then we also have an issue. So, like right now, there was a budget for personnel, which was supposed to be used to fund the staffing. But we have mentioned that the staff had not been redeployed. So maybe, deployed to the municipality. So maybe that's one of the areas, because they were still being paid under the county government, the executive. Thank you.
I'm also looking at something here, the under absorption. Does it mean you are giving the municipality a lot of money that they cannot be able to use? Maybe the manager, what is the issue of under absorption?
And thank you so much. And for this particular issue, most of these funds were donor funds by the Kenya Urban Support Program. And during that particular year, the funds were dispersed in phases. However, although we had the budget, but they were dispersed in phases. And but subsequently, we managed to observe during the window period that the program had provided for.
All right. Is it within the same financial year?
Yes, Chair.
All right. Yeah. Maybe the AOG to proceed the next query, because I think the issue of under-absorption and funding should be fully addressed by the CCM Finance. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. We are moving to the next part of the report, and this is the report on lawfulness and effectiveness in use of public resources. These are the compliance issues. Issue number 1, lack of an approved budget. The statement of financial performance reflects final revenue and expenditure amounts of Kenya shillings 115 million, 161, 174, and Kenya shillings 11 million, 087, 807 respectively. However, the management did not provide the approved budget contrary to Regulation 39(1) of the Public Finance Management County Government's Regulations 2015, which states that each accounting officer shall, within the guidelines of the supplementary budget circular and in conformity with the budget guidelines issued by the county executive committee member, prepare revised budget estimates in the format to be issued by the cabinet secretary. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Chair, we have verified the responses provided by the management, and the management did not provide the board minutes approving the final budget for the financial year under review, and therefore the issue remains unaddressed. Thank you.
The management.
Chair, and since we have said that the process of transferring functions and assets to municipality has been ongoing during that financial year, and the municipal budget was part of the lands, housing and urban budget. So it was approved together with the executive, and then ultimately it was approved by the assembly, just as part of lands, housing and urban planning budget.
I'm looking at your answers, and consequently to what is provided in this annex.
Yes.
I don't understand what you provided in this annex.
Yeah, and it's simply the budget for municipality, but it's under the budget for lands, housing and urban planning. So we have just extracted the section which indicates the municipality, and which was approved by the assembly.
So this budget is not certified?
Yes? Yeah.
The budget?
Yeah, and it has an extract of the budget which was approved by the assembly, but it was part of lands, housing and urban planning. But we only just extracted the items that belong to the municipality.
All right. Maybe the OAG, what is your opinion on the same?
We've discussed this with the management before. The Public Finance Management County Government Regulations 2015 is very clear on the budget making process for county government entities. So once, and I want to give a scenario, in this case the municipality, once the budget process that is led by the county executive concludes, now a municipality is, the funds are appropriated for the municipality by the county assembly. So at that point now, once the funds are appropriated, then the governing body of that entity, in this case we have the municipal board, is supposed now to have line budget breaking down the appropriated funds by the county assembly. So up to this point, the county assembly had appropriated the funds, but what the auditor is querying here is that there was no, now the line budget, the budget that describes the line items as approved by the board of the municipality. What the management is giving is a breakdown of the budget for the lands, urban housing and planning, which is a department and not the municipality. What we want is the municipality's budget, and that is what the law requires.
Yeah, and that's being addressed through the autonomy procedure, which is currently spearheaded by the CC Finance.
All right. If it's being addressed, is there any evidence, CC?
Thank you, Chair. I think we have evidence because even for the audit 2022, we had attached some of the appendices, including even the minutes of the meetings that we have done on the same, and the process that we want to carry out, even if it is possible in this supplementary. That is what we are doing now, so that we are able to implement in this financial year. Otherwise, it is not implemented in the previous financial years. Thank you, Chair.
All right. Maybe I want to leave that the other queries on the same, maybe to the committee. Maybe the next query, OAG.
Thank you, Chair. Issue number 2 under lawfulness is unbalanced budget. The statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts for the year ended 30 June 2023 reflects final income budget of 115,161,174 and final expenditure budget of Kenya shillings 11,087,807, resulting in a variance of Kenya shillings 104,073,367. The budget imbalance is contrary to the provisions of Regulation 31C of the Public Finance Management County Governments Regulations 2015, which states that budget revenue and expenditure appropriation shall be balanced. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Chair, we have verified the responses provided by the management, and during the response, the management provided a reconciliation of the variance of 104 million, which was explaining the cause of the variance, and therefore, to the best of our knowledge, this issue has been addressed. Thank you.
Thank you. If it's already addressed, next question. Next issue.
Issue number 3 under lawfulness, irregular award of contract on construction of Bomet Municipality Fire Station. As disclosed in Note 24 to the financial statements, the statement of financial position reflects property, plant, and equipment balance of Kenya shillings 61,075,494, which includes balance of Kenya shillings 12,440,013 in respect of construction of Bomet Municipality Fire Station. However, review of the procurement documents, including tender evaluation minutes, revealed that contract number CGB/BMU/001 2022-2023 was awarded on 11th April 2023 to a local firm which did not quote the lowest bid after preliminary evaluation of 10 bids. 3 bidders who quoted lowest and most responsive were disqualified because they provided bid securities that were less than 2% of the contract sum quoted. This was in contravention of Section 61(1)(c) of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015, which states that an accounting officer of a procuring entity may require the tender security be provided with tenders subject to such requirements or limits as may be prescribed, including an amount of not more than 2% of the tender as valued by the procuring entity. This casts doubt on the transparency of the procurement process for the construction of Bomet Municipality Fire Station under this contract. Further, the title deed to the parcel of land on which the project is situated was not provided for audit, and management paid retention monies to the contractor before the contracts were issued with certificate of practical completion and handed over for use. In the circumstances, value for money and regularity of the procurement process in respect of construction of Bomet Municipality Fire Station at a contract sum of Kenya shillings 12,440,013 shillings could not be confirmed. The management was also in breach of the law. Honorable Chair, we have verified the documents again that were provided by the management to respond to this issue. And the management provided the newspaper advert indicating that the bid security required was 2% of the bid sum. Also, the management provided evidence of payment of retention monies, which were paid on 14th December 2023 after issuance of certificate of completion on 28th June 2023. And therefore, to the best of our knowledge, the issues on procurement have been adequately addressed. The only outstanding issue on this is the issue of title deed for the land or ownership document which were not provided by the management. Thank you.
CEC.
Thank you, Chair. I think from the explanation, the only issue that has not been fully addressed is the issue of title deed, and it is a work in progress. When you check up Annex 12, the item number 138, apart from that title, there are also other titles that are being processed together. So that one is under process. Thank you.
So, how fast can you process as a department?
Chair, I think that one can be addressed by the CC for lands.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. As for the issue of title deeds, where the fire station is also the same land where the executive officers are supposed to be, the same land where the county assembly, this part of the same land where the county assembly headquarters is. The titling process, we have initiated the process. It will take time, but we are working together with the NLC so that there are some legislations to follow, and it has been presented to the cabinet. Also, the county assembly approved in 2017 that division. So what's remaining now is the part with the National Lands Commission, so that the title can be obtained. So hopefully, maybe in a year's time, the title deed should be ready.
You saw it fit to go do a construction, come up with a structure without coming up with a title deed. What was the hurry?
Okay, there was no hurry, Chair. As per the approved permit plan of 2001, it was approved in 2001, all this portion of land is public land. Just like where all the offices are, even where where this county assembly is public land. So once it is public land, you can do any construction there as long as there is no legal objection.
And you say you give a timeline of 1 year, yet you are the CEC in charge. Why 1 year? Why not 2 months? Why not 3 months?
Chair, all this also is tied to budget and also to legislations. As I was saying, we are working together with NLC, so some things are outside the control of the county, because it is also NLC is under the national government, and they have to keep their input.
Is there any?
So my estimation was within 1 year. That's my.
Is there any correspondence with the National Land Commission? You said you initiated the process. How did you initiate the process?
The process of initiating, Chair,
properly?
First was with the consultation with the assembly. We have consulted with the assembly, the clerk, and we provided them with the evidence that was approved by the assembly in 2017, I think, so that the other processes can go on. So it is not only our department.
So that is the only evidence you have, but you've not initiated anything with the National Land Commission?
No, we have initiated through a talk, Honorable Chair.
Verbal?
It is written.
Written?
Yes.
So I'm suggesting that you also supply that communication.
Thank you, Chair.
Before the end of the day. Thank you. Next.
Next issue is on irregular procurement of improvement of Longisa town roads to bitumen standards. As disclosed in Note 24 to the financial statements, the statement of financial position reflects property, plant and equipment balance of Kenya shillings 61,075,594, which includes balance of Kenya shillings 25,232,7 785 in respect of the proposed improvement of Longisa town roads into bitumen standards. However, review of the procurement documents, including the tender evaluation minutes, revealed that a total of 12 bids were received, but only 2 firms progressed to financial evaluation. Further, review revealed that the contract was awarded to the highest bidder, contrary to Section 83(1) of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015, which states that an evaluation committee may, after tender evaluation, but prior to the award of the tender, conduct due diligence and present the report in writing to confirm and verify the qualifications of the tenderer who submitted the lowest evaluated responsive tender to the awarded contract. Physical verification of the project in the month of October 2023 revealed that the contractor had been fully paid, but only 1 kilometer of the road was improved against 1.4 kilometers as specified in the contract agreement, and the contractor was not on site. In the circumstances, value for money and regularity of the procurement of improvement of Longisa town roads into bitumen standards could not be confirmed. Honorable Chair, we have again reviewed the procurement documents that confirmed that the bidder who was awarded the tender was the only responsive bidder. We have also been given the documents indicating the mismatch in the length of the road, because the contract indicated 1.4 kilometers, but other documents, including the bills of quantities, indicated 1.03 kilometers. And documents explaining the mismatch have been provided. To the best of our knowledge, this issue has been addressed. Thank you.
Thank you. It is marked as addressed. And then we go next.
The next issue is a bit long. I ask for patience. Irregular procurement of skip loader and construction of market stalls in Bomet Market. As disclosed in Note 24 to the financial statements, the statement of financial position reflects property, plant and equipment balance of Kenya shillings 61 million, which includes balance of 58 million 526,500 in respect of construction of market stalls in Bomet Market. However, review of the records provided for audit revealed the following unsatisfactory matters. Number 1, the contract included supply and delivery of a skip loader at a cost of Kenya shillings 9,500,000. However, there was no evidence that the contractor had qualifications and experience in dealing with the supply of motor vehicles and transport equipment in breach of Regulation 173.3 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Regulations 2020, which states that all motor vehicles, plants and equipment and related spare parts shall be procured competitively from manufacturers, authorized local or international dealers, or reputable local suppliers or dealers in accordance with the Act. The inspection and acceptance report conducted by a mechanical engineering department of roads, public works and infrastructure confirming the specifications of the machinery and equipment as per the laid down government regulations of motor vehicles and other road equipment was not provided for audit review. Issue number 3, verification of the logbook for the skip loader indicated that the equipment had private registration number instead of county government registration number, contrary to Rule 6B of the traffic rules, which says that all motor vehicles belonging to the county government shall bear the registration series specified in the second column of the county specified in the 14th schedule. Issue number 4, included in the contract sum was provisional amounts of 5.4 million and Kenya shillings 700,000 in respect of acquisition of brand new type 2 vehicle with capacity of 2.5 to 2.8 liter turbocharged 4-wheel vehicle and 5 laptops respectively for exclusive use of the resident engineer for a period of 1 year. However, despite the provisional sums being paid, there was no evidence that the assets were acquired and the contractor's final account did not account for these provisional sums. Issue number 5, the insurance certificate, daily equipment utilization schedule, and work tickets indicating daily odometer readings at start and end of the skip loader and downtime were not provided for audit. Physical verification revealed that the vehicle had been parked at the county treasury without a registration number, implying that it was idle instead of offering the envisaged services. The last issue, further, there was no evidence that the buildings, machinery, and equipment were received and taken on charge and recorded in the fixed assets register. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law, and the residents of Bomet County may not have received value for money from the project. Honorable Chair, again, the management provided a number of documents in support of this issue. And number one, the duly signed manufacturer's authorization issued by Simba Corporation, which is an authorized dealer, was given, and therefore the issue of qualification of the supplier of the equipment has been satisfactorily responded to. Number two, pre-inspection report and post-inspection report conducted by a mechanical engineering department of roads, public works and infrastructure, confirming the specifications have also been provided, both the pre and post, and therefore the issue of inspection has been satisfactorily responded to by the management. However, the issue on the registration of the equipment, the logbook presented still indicates KDH 037X, which is a private registration, contrary to the fourth schedule, which requires that all county government vehicles and equipment to have county government registration numbers. So that issue is still outstanding. The issue on the purchase of the vehicle at 5.4 and laptops at 700,000, management has also provided reasons why the vehicle was not purchased but leased, because this was a donor-funded project, and the donor approved leasing of a four-wheel vehicle instead of purchasing it. The lease agreement has been provided. The laptops were also purchased, and the distribution, those who are given the laptops, the list has also been provided, so the issue has been satisfactorily responded to. The other outstanding issue here is the law requires that all the equipment or assets purchased must be taken charge, and this was not done, and the recording in the asset register. So we have two outstanding issues here. Number one is the private registration of the equipment, and number two, taking charge and recording in the asset register. I submit. Thank you.
CEC.
Thank you, Chair, for that the observation, and considering that most of them have been addressed, I'll request the engineer to respond on that one of ownership, which is item number 2, but the other issues have been sufficiently supported. So, and then under Roman 4, we have the item is under the county treasury, and we have an extract, I think page 186 I had indicated for that we are provided. And then still the same issue of register is still reappearing for assets, and we have addressed that. We'll provide. So maybe I allow engineer to respond on Roman number 2.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. On registration of the skip loader to KBH 037X, this was the initial registration of the vehicle to meet all the requirements under NTSA, but the transfer of registration to the county vehicles registration series, it is ongoing. Actually, it is in the tail end. And for KBH 037X, per se, we won't consider it like a private vehicle. I would want to invite you in the same document to page 182. That is where we have got the logbook, a copy of the logbook of the registration of the same skip loader under registration number KDH 037X. But kindly check on the ownership down there, it belongs to Bomet County under PIN P0514189401. In the same document, that is a logbook, it indicates that it belongs to the Bomet County government under the same PIN of ownership, but then the transfer from KDH now to the series that we have for the county fleets, it is ongoing. Like I said, it is in the tail end, and I think we will check on the status under the NTSA to ascertain when it will be ready.
You have the evidence?
We do not have the evidence here attached, but I think that is what we can be able to extract from.
Can you be able to?
Yes.
To supply before end of today or before end
of tomorrow, kindly.
Kindly.
We will do. Yes. Thank you, Chair. And as for the capture of the same asset to the register of assets, on page 185, on page 185, there is an excerpt of the Bomet County Assets Register. The last item, which is still under that registration, KDH 037X, it is the same asset, and it is captured under the assets of Bomet County, as you can check also the, through the PIN as indicated up there. Thank you, Chair.
Next issue. OAG.
Issue number 6, under lawfulness, lack of independence of the municipality. The Bomet municipality was granted municipal charter on 26 May 2018, which grants operational independence from the county government of Bomet. However, review of the operations of the municipality revealed lack of autonomy, as the municipality's budget was prepared and controlled by the county executive, and there was no budget approval by the municipality board. Further, except for project accounts which have joint signatories from the county treasury, the municipality's expenditure was controlled by the county treasury and did not have independent operations account. In addition, the county government of Bomet has continued to perform a number of functions which were transferred to the municipality as provided for under paragraph 2.31 of the Bomet Municipal Charter, including promotion, regulation, and provision of refuse collection and solid waste management services. This was in contravention of Section 12(1) of the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, which states that the management of a municipality shall be vested in the county government and administered on its behalf by a board, a manager, and staff constituted and appointed in accordance with the Act. In the circumstances, the municipality management was in breach of the law. Honorable Chair, we have reviewed the responses and the documents provided by the management, and there is no evidence, again, on operationalization of the municipality, and therefore the issue remains unaddressed. Thank you.
CEC.
Thank you, Chair. The issue is still unaddressed as according to this, but we have also mentioned that we are implementing the process, and we have the evidence under the annexes, Annex 15. So we are following up the process, and we would like to implement even as early as in the current supplementary, which is coming. So we want to request that you support us when the same is presented. Thank you.
Supplementary?
Yes?
You talk of supplementary?
Yes, yeah.
Of the issue of operation, full operation, and supplementary. What is the
separating the budget from the lands department to the municipality, to have the autonomy, the municipality to have their own budget, complete for everything.
budget?
Yes.
Because with the little resources you have, it can enable you to fully operational, or even if it's not 100%, maybe 50, 60%.
Giving autonomy, as has been advised by the Office of the OAG.
In your responses, in minutes, for prior years audit issues on Bomet municipal autonomy, after lengthy discussion, that is in the meeting establishes that a lot of strides has been made. Municipal independent budget lines. The municipalities have budget for both development and recurrent development. 2, transfer of function to the municipality. Besides conferring charter to the municipalities, the county leadership has signed and gazetted the transferred functions. 3, secondment of staff by the county public service board to the municipalities. Bomet municipalities has an approved staff establishment, which has been a basis to second staff to work in the municipality. 4, provision of administrative office space. The municipality has got office space where the staff will be carrying out their duties. To the best of your knowledge, has this been happening, or you just?
Thank you, Chair. That has been happening. I think the only issue that has not been implemented fully is independence in the budget. That's the only issue, because so far the staff, the establishment of the offices and basic equipment is available. The municipal manager can confirm.
In your minute. The current and development.
So, Chair, and it's...
Take me to the page, Chair, kindly. Which page?
From the look of...
It is something that we are doing now. Previously, it was not there.
And Chair, looking at the first one, municipal independent budget lines. So, and we don't have an independent budget, but we have the budget line.
I have not given you the permission.
Sorry,
I was still CEC. Nonetheless, proceed.
Thank you, Chair, and sorry for interjection. So, the independence being referred here is the budget line, but not actually the municipal budget. The municipal budget independence process is ongoing, as the CC Finance has indicated. But currently we have the budget line, but under the urban lands, housing and urban planning.
Members, any question? Then next issue.
Next issue, lack of approved staff establishment. Review of the employee records revealed that the municipality who were employed from the county executive without specific terms of engagement and conditions of service. This is contrary to Section 811 of the Bomet Municipal Charter 2023, which mandates the board of the municipality, subject to the approval by the county Public Service Board, to employ such officers and employees as it deems necessary to execute the powers and duties provided by the Charter or any other law. Further, the municipality did not have an approved staff establishment contrary to Section B21 of the Human Resource Policies and Procedures Manual for the Public Service 2016, which requires every public entity to prepare human resource plans based on comprehensive job analysis to support achievement of goals and objectives in their strategic plans. It was therefore not possible to determine whether the municipality operated with an optimal number of staff. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Honorable Chair, again we have verified the documents provided, and I can confirm to the committee that an approved staff establishment and letters of redeployment of 32 county executive staff issued by the County Public Service Board detailing the job description and terms of engagement provided for audit. And therefore, the issue stands addressed. I submit.
Did you personally interact with the staff establishment, or you just saw in the records?
I didn't interact with it, but it was at the time of the audit it was not provided, but at the time of response, an approved staff establishment was provided, including the minutes that were approving the staff establishment.
So mark as resolved. Next.
We are going to the next part of the report, and this is the report on the effectiveness of internal controls, risk management and governance. And on the first issue, Chair, I seek for your guidance. It's an issue that has been discussed recurringly since we started this sitting, the issue on failure to maintain fixed asset register and lack of assets ownership documents.
Then
I seek for your guidance whether I need to go ahead and read.
No, you skip that one.
Okay. Issue number 2, failure to hold monthly municipal board meetings. The municipality board of Bomet is composed of 9 members. However, evidence that the members were appointed through a competitive process was not provided. This is contrary to Article 232G of the Constitution, which requires fair competition and merit as basis of appointments and promotions in the public service. Further, review of the meeting records revealed that the board met only 3 times during the year under review, contrary to Section 23, subsection 1 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, which requires the board to meet at least once in every 3 months. In the circumstances, the management was in breach of the law. Chair, again, we have reviewed the response to this issue, and we have concluded that the issue is partially addressed. The issue of appointment, competitive appointment, that has been addressed. The evidence that applications were called for members to apply was provided. But the issue on meeting, regular meetings, this is not addressed since the board did not meet as per the required, as required by the law. Thank you.
CC.
Thank you, Chair. I think that one is addressed, but in our response, we noted that the municipal board usually meets at least once in a quarter, which is a requirement, but they did not meet on a monthly, but at least they met once in a quarter. So I think that is our response.
What could be the challenge for not meeting irregularly, especially on monthly?
I believe meetings are planned according to what is there to be addressed. So because the municipality is not fully functioning, let me say it's not fully operational, then I believe the issues that they have are addressed within the quarters. Thank you.
Is there any board member here? Because we would want to hear from the board.
The municipal manager can respond.
Please proceed.
Yeah. And thank you, Chair. I can confirm, and we will produce evidence before the end of today, of the boards meeting quarterly as provided for in the Urban Areas and Cities Act. And similarly, the SRC circular, which approves the allowances, only provides for quarterly meetings, and which we have evidence of the same. So the meetings are only once in every 3 months.
Honorable Bushene, do you have any question?
Yeah, I just wanted clarification, and it seems it has been clarified to some extent, but I was seeing this board sitting in at least 3 months. It seems it has been regulated to the extent that if there is an issue that will arise before the end of 3 months, how will it be effective? Because initially the CC said the executive wanted the board to be independent fully. That seems to contradict what is happening now. It can even be said that they be seated at least once a month, because if they are really to address issues like cleaning of town, beautifying town, if they go for 1 month and you have planted a tree, will it not make that tree to dry up? So I was saying, I don't know whether it is because of the funds, but I think it is not enough. Those settings is not enough for the municipality to be effective.
Okay. The line CC, the line CC. Have you interacted with the board yourself?
Okay, thank you, Chair. I am a member of the board. I'm one of the members, and we have actually met quarterly, but not monthly, for sure. But I think the regulations say it should be at least once in every quarter, not monthly. I think there was an error in the heading of this one. It is not supposed to be monthly. Now, as for the issue of if an issue arises, that requires addressing before the quarter is over. If an issue arises, we will call a meeting, but I know maybe the members will not be paid for that. They will volunteer, and they are ready to volunteer. Thank you, Chair.
Chairman.
Yes, Honorable Bushene.
Sorry. There is this issue of, we are dealing today with the issue of municipality of Bomet. There is another municipality, a new municipality of Sotek. It will be audited by the end of this year, and I would like to inquire whether the municipality of Sotek has ever sat and whether they have a budget, because that budget will need to be audited.
CC.
Okay, thank you, Chair. The Sotik municipality was chartered in 2023, and to date it does not has a budget of its own. But the board members said maybe in the before, immediately after they were appointed, but after that, due to budget constraints, they have actually not met. So I agree, Mheshimiwa, to the honourable member that Sotik municipality members have not met. But as my colleague, the CC for Finance, was saying, we are also trying to give autonomy to it by keeping a line budget, which right now it has not been affected, but hopefully in the next financial year it will be done, so that also they can have meetings as regularly wanted. Thank you.
And have you addressed that in the cabinet?
Let me keep to my colleague, the CEC Finance, to answer.
You also sit in the cabinet.
On the issue of budget autonomy, I would like to give it to her.
Why?
Thank you, Chair, because she's the CECM for Finance.
Have you argued in the cabinet, you yourself? Because each and every CEC has got a right to depend, to prepare board, cabinet paper in anything within the department.
Okay, we have not argued that case in the cabinet, but in executive meetings away from the cabinet. That is together with the CEOs we have argued, and part of the minutes which you saw you are presented about municipalities also relate to SOTIC.
Okay. Your comment, CC? CC Finance?
Thank you, Chair. I think we have discussed, and the municipality has done a proposal. We want to incorporate it in our budget, even as we do the supplementary. Thank you.
Chair,
yes, Honorable.
Is there any correspondence that will support that the municipality, that it has been requested that the municipality have a budget of its own, especially the young municipality of SOTIC? Is there any correspondence that will support?
CC.
Thank you, Chair. There is a correspondence, even in the minutes you are reading. It was page 2, is it 204 or 205? And Annex 50. Yes, under Annex 15, page 204, the minutes number 2/11/10 of 2024. Please note that we are using the records for this financial year. So that is the minutes of a meeting that was held to discuss on the creation of an autonomous budget line for municipalities. And when you look at that minute, we have that discussion that was including SOTIC and Bomet municipalities. Thank you.
Okay. For interest of time, we move a little bit faster. OAG.
Thank you, Chair. The next issue is failure to review the municipality's integrated development plan. The municipal board had not designed a performance management plan to evaluate performance of the municipality board and review its integrated development plan in breach of Section 42 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, which requires the municipal board to review its integrated development plan annually to assess its performance in accordance with performance management tools set by the board. Further, the board did not conduct any citizen forum during the year under review to invite petitions and representations from the residents with regard to the administration and management of the affairs within the municipality. This was contrary to Section 22(2) of the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, which requires the board to regularly hold such fora. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Nothing has been provided to support that there was such fora or there was review of the integrated development plan for Bomet municipality. The issue remains not resolved.
Is that the position, CC?
Thank you, Chair. That is a position, but let me allow the municipal manager to respond.
And thank
Proceed.
you, Chair.
Proceed.
Thank you, Chair. And on page 228, and we have evidence of the review of an integrated development plan, which is item for Bomet municipality. So refer to Annex 19. Annex 19, page 228.
We've checked and it's not signed. So is it your document? If it is your document, why is it not signed?
Yeah, no, and we'll have that corrected and then we'll refer back.
How will you correct it? Do you have a proper one?
Yes,
one?
Yes, Chair. This one we downloaded a PDF one, but now we need to go to the file copy and then print it.
Then summarize the content.
Yes, Chair.
Summarize the content. The one, proceed with what you were talking about. What did you review? What were you reviewing?
We also have a summary content of what was reviewed within and the integrated development plan.
So you were the one, you were part of it. You can do it now.
Maybe I'll need to refer. Let me have it before the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah. So, from the look of things, there was no review.
Chair. Let me provide evidence before the end of the day.
Please.
Yeah.
Next.
Sorry, Honorable Chair, the last issue is on lack of policies and bylaws. During the year under review, the municipal board operated without bylaws passed by the board of the municipality as per the requirements of Bomet Municipal Charter, paragraph 4.1 on legislative authority on bylaws. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Again, there is no evidence that Bomet Municipality has bylaws in place. The issue remains unresolved. Thank you.
CC.
Thank you, Chair. Let me CC for Lance Urban to respond.
Thank you, Chair. It is true we don't have the bylaws, and as I had earlier said, we'll request Assembly when we make them to formally approve them. Let me give to the manager to add something on that, so that for clarity's sake. Thank you.
Before I allow the manager to say something, who is supposed to initiate the bylaws?
Thank you, Chair. I think it should be the board.
Should be the board.
Yes, Chair.
And they have been sitting. And I want to believe that should have been the first item. Nonetheless, Manager.
Thank you so much, and Chair. And the drafting of the bylaws will start as soon as all the functions have been transferred, so that we make the laws corresponding to the functions that have been transferred. And for instance, the laws governing transport, development and control policies and the rest. And it starts from a draft from the board, public participation, but the eventual approval will be this Honorable House and Chair. So once that process of making it fully autonomous with all those functions, we'll have all the bylaws and policies in place. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Bushene.
Chair, it seems that the manager is saying they don't have the bylaws and the policies at hand as of now, but they have an expenditure. Why should there be expenditure without a policy or bylaws assisting the expenditure?
Manager.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. And when you look at most of our expenditure, over 90% of the expenditure are for development, which are donor funds. Secondly, we have the board meetings and the trainings. Other than that, we don't have much expenditure. Most of the expenditure are on projects which are donor funded.
Chair, last last one on that one. Does the donor funds, don't they require policy or policy so that its fund be utilized?
Thank you, Chair. Most of the requirements before donor support is dispersed, what they wanted was the integrated development plan, which was a basic requirement, which after we provided with the donors, when they were satisfied with the document which we had, then they were able to disperse the funds. But now we are currently meeting all the conditions for the disbursement of Kenya Urban Support Program 2, which we expect in the next 2 or 3 months, where they also require additional documents to one which have been provided. One of the documents is a municipal spatial plan, which we sent a copy to this honorable house, where we are also expecting, if approved, and then we'll have the Kenya Urban Support Program 2. Alongside, there is a zonal plan, which is also required. But we had the zonal plan inside the Bomet spatial plan. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, so you've been conducting, including having expenditures without the bylaws. AOG, what is the ideal position?
Chair, I think before the response from the AOG, apart from what the manager has mentioned, there is also for the programs, there is a manual that is supporting and giving how the funds should be used when it is for donor. So apart from what the manager said, maybe now the AOG can advise. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The Bomet Municipal Charter, and that is a charter that is issued by the governor, clearly indicates that before operationalization of the municipality, there should be bylaws. And this is also in accordance to the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011. So the bylaws do not ideally depend on the transferred functions. You have the bylaws and then the functions are transferred. That is the official position. Thank you.
In that case, the concern CEC, you have slept on your job. Honestly, because by now, the bylaw should be ready by now. So I'm advising to move with speed, ensure all the processes are followed. Let the bylaws come here, we approve it. And this was the last, and I said earlier, or before that, the minutes under review, board meeting, the minutes of the board meeting in the year under review, I would like you to supply us before end of the day tomorrow. The entire minutes. That the report, the opinion, the adverse report is a very bad report. We will start as a committee when we will be doing report writing. We will see if we are not satisfied. We might require an investigation. We can conduct an inquiry, depending on how we will see the entire report. As on the issues of the directives I gave in the morning, ensure that you comply with what we say, what you are supposed to supply before end of today or tomorrow or Friday. Ensure to comply. Thank you. Next.
We are done with the issues, and just a summary. So the report of the Auditor General on Bomet Municipality for the year ended 30th June 2023 had a total number of 23 issues. Under the report on the financial statements, there were 11 issues. So far, 3 have been resolved, 7 not resolved, and 1 partially resolved, giving a total of 11. The emphasis of matter had 1 issue, which is resolved. The report on lawfulness and effectiveness in use of public resources had a total of 7 issues. 3 are resolved, 2 not resolved, and 2 partially resolved, giving a total of 7. The report on effectiveness of internal controls, risk management, and governance had 4 issues. There's none that has been resolved, 3 have not been resolved, and 1 partially resolved. So that gives a total number of 7 resolved issues, 12 not resolved, 4 partially resolved, giving a total of 23 issues. Thank you, Chair. I submit.
Thank you. Next. I think after that we will consider the issue of line break. So, because the next one is only 4 issues too. Longisa. Yes. Can use 10 or 15 minutes? Yeah. 10 to 15 minutes.
Aja lakini